City Council has requested the clerk to hold a by-election to fill the vacancy in Ward 42 after Councillor Raymond Cho was elected as MPP September 1st. There are 29 people vying for this position. One such candidate is here in the studio with us. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Haraj Anijian to the show. Thank you for being here, Haraj.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now you want to replace Raymond Cho. You want to be a councillor in the same ward where Raymond Cho served for a very long time.
Yes.
Why do you want to do that?
Mainly because I have a lot of experience. I mean, I've been working in this ward for many, many years. I've been working for Councillor Raymond Cho.
Okay.
I know all the issues. I know all the intricacies of the community. That's why I want to represent the community.
All right. So you worked for Raymond Cho in his office?
Yes.
All right. So for how long?
I've been working for Raymond Cho for many, many years, on and off. I mean, over the last 25 years, I've worked a few times for him. I've done a lot of work. I was his executive assistant. I've done most of the tough work. I mean, I'll give you a couple of quick examples. Last summer, we had some issues in Malvern Town Center. Some kids hanging around doing what they're not supposed to be doing. When we talked with the police said these kids aren't the worst kids on earth. They need a bit of something to do. So I went through the budget, couldn't find any money. Eventually, we worked out a program that built skateboarding facilities. So we're going to have a skateboarding facility built at Nielsen Park this summer, hopefully to draw those kids away from trouble and into some sort of program, something for them to spend their time away from doing bad things.
All right, so what I'm hearing you say is that since you were working with Raymond Cho in his office, so you're well versed with the issues that the community is facing. And some of these, as you mentioned, you've also been able to address quite successfully. What sets you apart from everybody else?
What sets me apart is, again, experience and longevity. I've been around for a long time. I remember this community when it had a rough couple of years in around 2005. Back then, we worked on getting programs for the kids. We built we revamped a whole library, $5.6 million project that we worked on. Since then, the community is getting better because we're working very hard with the community. The people have gotten the idea how to work together to make sure that we leave the bad elements away. Now, we're at a stage where we need to continue what we had started with Dr. Raymond Cho all these years. We're building community center, another community center. This will be the third community center in this ward, $26 million project. We're extending Morningside all the way to Steeles and widening Steeles Avenue. That's another $50+ million from the city alone and more from the other jurisdictions. This is the kind of stuff people have to understand. A lot of my opponents, but there's one particular that would keeps running and then never wanting to finish the job. I'm here for 26 years. I will finish the job. If the people of Ward 42 choose me, I will continue the work that we started with Raymond Cho, and I will finish the job.
Now, one of the things that people mostly are concerned about, they say we vote for people, we send them to the city hall. They don't, once they get elected, they don't really always listen to what we want to say. Now, how are you going to be different in that respect?
I have a lot of good friends in the council chamber. I've learned from many of those people. One of the best things I know, a good friend of mine does, another councillor, does surveys. That's what you should be doing. You either go knock on doors and talk to people, or you do surveys. With the surveys, you get the feel for the people, and maybe a bit of door knocking, get a more feel for the people, and that's what you should be doing. A good councillor listens to the constituent.
That's right. And then also focuses on the issues that are in the ward, the community.
That's right.
All right. Tell us a little bit about who you are, because many people who may not know who you are. So why don't you tell them?
I came to Canada about 40 years ago. I was about 12 years old, so you know my age now. I came to Canada, and basically, like most new people. In fact, most of the Ward 42 residents are similar like me. They came to Canada for a better life. I came for a better life with my family, and I would say my family's done well. It's time for me to move on to the next stage, start leading the community towards something a bit better than what we already have, and continue building on a good community. I have family values. I don't. I believe in families. I believe in creating a good family environment, good community environment, and those are my values. That's that's the perspective I see the community at, and that's why I want to be the leader to make sure that we continue building a good family environment and a community around us.
Okay, so you said you have family values. Obviously, that's important to you. Tell us a little bit about your family.
I am married with my lovely wife and 3 kids.
All right, tell us their names.
Their names? Sure. My oldest son is Ari. My second sibling is Veronique, my daughter. And my youngest one, the cutest one, is Andre. He's 6 years old.
All right. So, anything else that you feel that people need to know about you that we have not covered?
I would like to talk about a few things that we've accomplished. We're building the community center, like I said. We're extending the Morningside, like I said, in the widening Steeles Avenue. We're building skateboarding facility. This community needs a person who knows every component of it. For example, there are different ethnic groups, different religions, different people. You need somebody who can work with all of them. I believe I'm that person. I've been doing this for a long time. I have roots with all the communities. In fact, one of the bigger communities is just the Tamil community. We are building with the Tamil community a brand new community center in Morningside Heights area, and along with a museum for the genocide that they occurred for them. That's the kind of stuff I've been doing. I can work with all the communities. That's why I'm the best candidate.
All right, so there you go. Here is a candidate who has experience. He was already working in the office of Raymond Cho, so he's quite aware of all the issues in the community. And you've heard him tell us all on the record that he's going to remain committed to addressing your concerns. So let's give him a chance. Thank you so much for being here, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much for the interview. Appreciate it.